Hi everyone, it's Lauren, and welcome to Expediting down by the river. um, I'm making this video today because I actually had someone ask me a question and want to know a little bit more about why I decided to try out two carriers at once. Um, there are a lot of carriers out there, number one, and I guess from what my understanding is, they all offer really the same thing, but in just a different form. They may have things available that meet your criteria, your needs a little bit better than somebody else's. But when it comes to pay, I guess the end result, from what I've been told so far at least, is it's really not much different as far as pay. Some carriers actually charge you quite a bit of money for a lot of stupid stuff, and there are a few carriers out there that don't charge you anything. Um, Now, the ones that charge you money for all the stupid stuff, they're going to give you a better price per mile. Um, and the ones that don't charge you anything are going to give you less price per mile. So, that end paycheck that you get just kind of equals out. But some places are a little bit different as far as, at least an example I have available. I decided to look into another carrier. Simply, number one, I was approached. I wasn't even going to do it. I was okay with where I was at, but I was approached, and it was basically the talk about going with them as a secondary carrier was to decrease the amount of dead time that I may have. Um, so you have a better chance of getting runs. And I was like, okay, that does sound like a good idea. Sure. I mean, I with the carrier I'm in, I don't have to be exclusive. Um, and the only cost difference between that carrier as what they would call an exclusive, I go into what they call a vendor service, and it ended up costing me $15, $30 a month more to do that. However, with the other carrier, I had to up my insurance to 1 million, where with my original carrier, I could keep it at 750. And if I ever needed to show $1 million in insurance, there's paperwork from them that I could show, showing, hey, listen, we have $1 million of insurance. The only other thing I had to do is with my original carrier. They covered the cargo insurance, the $100,000 cargo insurance. Where trying out this other carrier, I had to get my own insurance. So basically, it increased my monthly cost by about $220 to take on another carrier. Right away, $220 to bring on another carrier that may cut down on my downtime. So, yeah, it's something to think about. It really is something to think about. I'm going to keep working with it for a little while, at least 2 or 3 more weeks, and decide if I want to go simply with one carrier, and if so, which carrier I want to go with. I don't want 2 carriers because there's just more you got to do. You have to deal with 2 different companies at the same time. So if one carrier calls me and says, hey, we got this going here, or pick up here, going here, would you like me to put in a bid for you? And it's like, yes. Then I have to contact the other carrier and let them know, hey, listen, I'm under bid. So, hold off for a little bit. I'll let you know whether or not I get it, and vice versa. So there's a lot more going on when it comes to communication. The other thing is paperwork. But with my first carrier, there's a bit more paperwork involved. Uh, Not much more, but a little bit more. For example, I get paid every 2 weeks from them, and they want an invoice to be sent, and the invoice has to have their load number, and then the from and to, along with the date that you received the order. Um, and then once you write out that invoice, you have to take a picture of it and then email it to them. And it needs to match up with their records. Where with the new carrier that I brought on, all I really need to do is this is kind of the same thing. I should back up a little bit. With my original carrier, there's an app that I have to use as well. When I use an app, when I get to the location, I have to mark that I'm there. When I leave the location, I have to mark that I'm loaded, what I'm loaded with, how many pieces, what's the weight, and what's the BOL number. Sometimes you don't get a BOL number, so you got to they have a little process for doing that. And then when you drop off, then you need to take a document scan of the BOL signed that they picked it up, you dropped it off, and then email that to them. With the carrier that I picked up as my secondary carrier, when I get an order, it's generally just texted. It's not emailed, and there is no app to use. The only app we use is Life 360, so that he's able to track where I'm at. So I get the order texted. I go pick it up. I do then text him back pieces. I don't think I do weight. Maybe I do. I can't remember at the moment. And then a picture of the paperwork that I get back. So they have that on file. Then when I drop it off, simply a document scan of the BOL showing it's signed, and I send that to him email. And that's about it. When it comes to payroll time, my original carrier will send me an email saying, okay, here's the number of runs, and here's what we're paying you. Now this whole system here, I don't agree with it. Something about all this I don't like, and this is from both carriers. And this just might be the way it is. Maybe it isn't, but I don't like it. But I'm dealing with it, and that is that I'm not given enough information about what I'm getting paid for. When in both cases, doesn't matter which company it is. And again, this just might be how it is. I'm told, okay, we have this going. You pick up here and you just go there and go get it, cowboy. Well, what's my what am I getting out of this? I'm just supposed to sit and wait and hope that, and I understand trust is a big deal, but this is business. Okay, these carriers, they already know what they're getting paid. They know exactly how much they're getting paid for that, and then they contact a courier like you or me. Then we're just supposed to deliver it, and then hopefully on payday we made some money. I've been in business a long time, and I've worked with a lot of contractors for a long time, and I've never worked with a single one that did not know exactly what they were getting paid on each and every job that they got from me. It never happened that way. Yeah. So, I guess there's really not much I can do about that. The other thing I don't like is, hold on. Let me back up. Let's go back to the second courier that I took on. The first few times I got paid, I received an email saying, okay, this run was X number of miles, and you got paid X amount, so it was easy to determine what your pay per mile was. On this last paid period, I never got an email. I had no idea what I was getting paid. And when I did get paid, I don't know what I got paid on, and I don't know how much I got paid on each scenario. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I really don't know. I do know this. This I do know. I need to maybe work a little bit harder driving. I did a good day today. I was out on the road for 12 hours. And that was on a shit night of sleep. I didn't sleep for shit. But I did pretty good. So maybe I'm adjusting to the driving thing. But I also know this, that, I need to know how to pace myself. So that's just things that I need to be able to do to make the carriers that I work with happy. Because, for them, it's all about the dollar. And it's for us too, it's all about the dollar. So the question that was given to me is, so you're working with two carriers, how's it working out? And I'd say it's a learning experience. It hasn't been bad in some ways it's been good. There has been a week or two where one carrier got me a heck of a lot more loads than the other. And then the other carrier got me a heck of a lot loads more than the other one. And it seems like they're both sometimes a little like, why'd you even take that load? I could have gotten you something better. Well, I don't know. I don't know that. All I know is that, this is an opportunity for me to get out on the road and make some money. That's all I know. So whichever carrier gets me the opportunity to get some money first is the one I'm going to take. I'm not going to shut one down just because I want to sit there and wait for the other carrier to, hopefully get me something. But sometimes, though, you feel a little bit like, I'm a very loyal type of person. If I'm treated right, I'll be very loyal. And that's maybe why I don't like working with two carriers. I'd rather work with just one. Because sometimes I feel like the one or the other carrier is a little like, he doesn't work with me exclusively. So, just, and then again, that might all be in my head. So anyway, that was a question that was asked to me about how I feel about working with two carriers. And so far, that's my answer. Hopefully within another 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be down to one. I would much prefer that. I really would. So, all right, guys, that's all I got to say for now. By the way, I'm in the cab area of my build out, and I got the new battery in there. I got the new, you know me, I never remember it. Not the isolator, the other thing. And I'm not sure if it's working. I had someone, Alan Paxson, tell me it's simply the ground wire for the lights and the fan, but he hasn't seen down there. That's a hell of a large ground wire for such small items. So I offer him the opportunity to say, hey, let's meet up and you can take a look at it. Because I would love to get it fixed without having to go someplace and, spend $300, $400, $500 just from the problem solve and connect a wire properly. But okay, everybody, I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for being here and watching this. And of course, if you like the video, like it. And share the video if you want to share it. But if you're new and you've never seen any of my videos, subscribe. You're going to learn stuff. Go back to some of the beginning ones. I don't have a lot of them on here. And you'll learn some stuff. And if any of you guys have anything you want me to talk about, please put it in the comment. That gives me something to talk about. Otherwise, it's just everyday life. The other day I saw a boat tip over on the freeway. Today it was windy, then it was cold. Everyday crap. So, love all of you. God bless. Be safe. Bye.